Okay, so to make our skirt, we are going to need our scissors and this old pair of jeans. Alright, I'm looking for the most wear, and I'm going to be cutting at that point. Okay, now we have what looks like booty shorts, but they're not. Now, you can see that there is still some more wear on them. What we're going to do is flip them inside out. And we're going to take the stitching out from right here, which is the inseam. Alright, so now that I have finished our unstitching, you can kind of see the skirt coming together. What I'm going to do now is grab the two folds here that are they come down from the zipper. They used to be attached to this other side, but now they're going to be attached together. So you want to put them together. And now we're going to bring our sewing machine forward. So we're going to need to move our other stuff around. What I'm going to try and do is keep the same stitch lines as much as possible. Okay, done. Alright, now before we do our seam here, I want to flip them back to our normal way, our right side out, and take a look. We will have to fix this a little bit. Yep, definitely gonna have to fix that. As you can see, there's a little bit more wear than we thought. So we'll have to fold that under and then we'll cut it. If that you want, you can cut here, but I prefer to try and avoid that as much as possible. So our wear line is here. Grabbing some pins. I'll turn the sewing machine off and put it back a little bit. Alright. We will be making the back a little bit longer than the front. Just a little bit. Alright, so again, find your wear line. That being here, we're going to pin it right here. Will be sewn inward. That way then we can adjust the length if need be later. Okay. Flip it right side out. Section back, turn it off. Alright, so now that we can see exactly where our stitching is, I can see that this ended up coming too low. It doesn't match the bottom at all. So what I'll end up doing is pulling this up a little bit. And I mean, I still have to fold this anyway. As you can see, there's a little hole over here. So we have to fold that up anyway. But the question is, how far do we fold? And we have to avoid this thing sticking out. So what I will do is I'll put it right there. And we're going to just pin that exactly where this is, so that we know that's where that has to end up. It's going to be a simple stitch. I'm going to do it from the inside for sure. So, now that we have that, we want to try and make the skirt as long as we can. Okay, so now that we've got our pins in, we are just going to do a quick stitch just right along our pins. go back and remove all of your pins. Stitch our little middle. So for that, we are going to, if we can, stitch it from the inside, but to avoid not being able to get it exactly the way that I want it, I'm going to have to. So turn this off, move this back. Okay. Thread, I'm using white, and I will get a needle from our pin cushion. Thread the needle. We're going to do a double. Triple knot at the end. Okay, from the inside, you want to find exactly what the seam is. So we'll take out one pin, so then we still know exactly what we're sewing. Okay, and okay, we want to go lower. Adjust the pin so then you can actually open the bottom up as much as possible. That's just bad luck right there. Okay. So we want to start from down here. Okay, but we don't want to go all the way out. We want to be able to just stitch it this way. Your knots. So as I was saying, continue with your knots. 1, 2, and 3. Now I'm going to just loop it underneath those knots to do a fourth and final knot, and then cut. Okay, so as you can see, it looks really good. Just like that. Now you will have this flap. I'm leaving it for the moment because I want to make sure that our length is good before I cut it. Now we have to go to the back and fix the back. As you can see, I made the back quite a bit longer than the front. And I have to fix the back. So, for the back, I'm going to pull this up. Okay. Cut it there. This is the only spot that I actually think needs fixing a little bit, but I'll go back to making it perfect at the end. Yes, okay. Now that I'm happy with it, I'm going to go inside out, turn off our sewing machine, put it safely back, and we're just going to cut off this extra here. I only cut the one that was inside of it. Now let's just try it on.
Subscribe to me and you will see a brand new video daily. Subscribe. Subscribe. Subscribe.